When you retire, you may get a chance to go to football heaven. This is football heaven.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mission Podcast. This is some bonus feature footage because earlier I got a chance to talk to Edgerrin James, who was in town right here in Canton, Ohio, to make a huge major announcement for Enshrinement 2023, powered by Johnson Controls. I'm so honored to be joined by members of Edgerrin's team. I am joined by Mr. Jit. You can follow him at Jit_Fly1 and Mr. Navi, right? Navi? Nava, Nava, and you can follow Nava at Nava_DA_HNIC. Welcome, gentlemen, to the Mission Podcast. Our mission here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as you know, is to honor the greats of the game, preserve their history, promote their values, and celebrate excellence together. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate the excellence of something really unique that you guys are bringing to Canton, Ohio. Edgerrin felt that it was just very important to have you guys on, which I do believe as well, to kind of tie the bow on this new feature that we're going to have at Enshrinement, the Pro Football Hall of Fame car show. Tell us all about it, fellas.
Well, EJ, it started from an idea from the car first, and then after that, he started seeing that the attention that it was getting, and he asked me about doing the car show or what we think. Like, when he talking to Alva also, and we just feel like it's a great idea.
Now, for fans that don't know, EJ's car, the Hall of Fame car, Jit, you built. Tell us about that. What went into all of that?
Well, me and EJ ran into each other at a car show at his club in Miami, and he asked me about the idea. And like a couple of weeks after that, he just called me and told me to pick up the car. He gave me the idea that he wanted to do, and I just took off from there.
How long have you guys been working together, EJ?
Well, it's been some years now. It's been some years. You know, everybody crossed paths with each other over a period of time, especially if you're growing up in South Florida. But then once you enter that space, and it's like their space, so I'm kind of walking into their world, because I had these cars when I was 14, 15, but I got away from them. But when you're walking into their world, and you say, okay, look, I can help enhance it or kind of put a little bit more light on it, if there's any opportunity, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I bring everybody in and try to, bring this thing to the Pro Football Hall of Fame to make it to where it's cool and it works for everybody.
Now, Nava, how long have you been in the car game? And for people that may not have been to a car show, that aren't a part of the car culture, what can people expect?
So coming to the car show, you can expect to see some very unique cars of all sorts, makes and models. And going back to your question, asking how long I've been in the game,
Yeah.
I've been in it for maybe like 15 years, about 15 years strong. I mean, back to back, nonstop. But yeah, the Football Hall of Fame car show, I think it's gonna be real exciting. It's gonna be real buzzy, and we're gonna bring a lot of flavor to it.
Now, I got to ask you, because I asked EJ earlier, what was your first car? Because EJ explained to me, like, car is like art. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to lie to you. I'll be simply a lie. I love my car. I have 2 cars, but I don't have the custom, all that stuff. Not just yet, but what were your first cars that you guys poured your love into?
I had a 4-door 97 4-door Post 1971.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of rims you have on that?
That's when 23s first came out. I had 23s on.
Whoa. What you have?
My first dunk also was it was a no post 73 4-door, and I had some 26-inch Ford Giottos on that.
I just got some 18. I just got some 18 BBSs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even up to age yet with my rims. Wow. So just talk about the culture in itself, how bubbling, the difference, because I know it may be different from up north than it is down south to the east or the west.
I mean, I think all car cultures have its main ingredients. We're known for donks, like 71 through 1976 Impala or Caprice. Just South Florida just have a different a different swag about how we fix up our cars.
And also adding to that, we got the best weather. So with that, it just adds to the swag because we can ride top down all the time. So knowing that, it's like when we dress in the car, we know like, hey, I'm gonna be able to peel this top back whenever I'm ready to. So it's like we go the extra mile to make sure everything is done to the car. Because you don't want to get caught. You know what I mean? Like what we say, like you get caught slipping in traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we go all the way with it. Like we take it the extra mile. We taking it.
I didn't get a chance to ask you, what are your thoughts on like Houston? Because I know like Boss Hog in the South, he has the slabs and stuff like that. How different is their culture from South Florida?
I think it's very different, but I think a lot of South Florida is kind of spreading amongst the nation. But Houston, they ride them big bowls, they have them things stretched out.
Slab, yeah.
That's the H-Town thing, though.
Okay.
It's just like the dunk culture is a part of the South Florida.
When you
culture.
say dunk culture, help me out. Like what? Like that's.
So again, what he said what Jit said with the 71 through 76.
Okay.
It's considered a dunk. The Chevy Impala, Chevy Caprice. So mainly in Florida, I'm gonna just say for us, our main focus is what we love is the dunk.
Okay.
I mean, you got other car culture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Mopar, and the Chargers and everything else in Florida. But for us, it's the dunk culture. That's what we mainly focus on.
Okay. And on the West Coast, how do you guys feel about the low riders, the cars that jump? Is that still like in style?
I don't really know, but I know
Yeah.
the West Coast, they still had like, when I went to Vegas like a lot of people in California come to the Raiders game, you'll see they have a whole little setup, small rims, car still, I guess doing 3-wheel motion. So they keep their tradition alive out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a West Coast thing.
And that has not made its way to Florida at all.
I mean, it has, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Miami, because in Miami you got the Miami has low riders as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the low rider culture I don't think will never go nowhere.
Got you.
They'll never go nowhere.
Got you. So day to day, what do you prefer to drive? Like if you just waking up on that one day, what are you pulling out?
Give me my 71 Vert. I don't want nothing. Just give me my 71 Vert, man. Daily driver. I'm going to the grocery store in it, wherever. You know?
Right.
Like that.
What about same thing?
Yeah.
You guys?
I prefer a driver.
And lastly, I gotta have this question because I love sound. So I got music in my car. How important is it to have a system, or is that like
That's really important.
I mean, if you ain't got a system, it don't even make sense to drive the car if you ain't got a system. The system gotta be, it's gotta be slamming. It's gotta be some crazy off the wall. Like, when somebody else get in there with you, it's like, hey, you can turn it down. Type, that's the type of vibes you want to be on. It's gotta be like when you come through, you waking up the neighborhood. Yeah, like that.
But there it is. We plan to wake up Canton, Ohio.
Exactly.
Right.
Enshrinement weekend powered by Johnson Controls with the first ever Pro Football Hall of Fame car show. I'm Jameer Howerton. See you next time.